Yay! Hello, everyone, and welcome to season 2 of Everything Grows. I'm Faith Marie, and I will be your host for this new journey that we are partaking on. This podcast is all about what it means to grow through your 20s. It's all about what it means to make mistakes and to just reflect on everything that you've gone through in hopes that that can better prepare you for the future. Yeah. But I am so happy that you're here. If you are a new listener, first of all, I just want to say, welcome to my world. Welcome to my world, my crazy world of ups and downs. There's a lot that we're going to talk about, right? But look, I'm going to be holding your hand through this whole journey. And let's just imagine that we are friends, right? That we are sitting on the grass somewhere, just talking about our experiences and everything that we've learned through life. And if you're a returning listener, we're like BFFs at this point. You guys were with me in season 1 when I was first starting out with this podcasting. I was really scared. I did 21 episodes. Yes, 21 episodes for season 1. And I didn't think I could do it, but you guys stuck with me and I appreciate your support. Thank you guys so much. Okay, now that that's out the way, let's get started. Today's episode is all about new beginnings. And new beginnings are such an important part of anyone's willingness to grow. When you're approached with new beginnings, they're either big or small. And they're either good or bad, right? I'll take me for instance. Throughout these past 6 months, I've been going through a lot pertaining to my career, my mental health, and my relationship with God. A lot of things have been changing. When it comes to new beginnings or new challenges, I get really scared. And if you were with me in season 1, then you know I have struggled with social anxiety for quite some time now. And social anxiety has always been a weakness of mine, you know, and it didn't really become more of a weakness until the pandemic when I was isolated and really just without any communication. You know, it's really hard. But we were able to get through that. This new beginning of life, this new season of life, it feels like a breakthrough. How many of you in your life have felt like you were in a season of waiting? Look, I, for one, have been in a season of waiting for the past 3 years. I graduated college in 2020. I thought I wanted to pursue electronic media. I thought I wanted to also do digital marketing. I thought I wanted to do a lot of things, right? But God has something else in store for me. And I spent the past year studying for my career in tech, which is like crazy to think about. Like, girl, what? You're going into tech? Yeah, I am. But I'm really grateful because I worked really hard. And after applying to a bunch of jobs and whatnot, I finally got a job. Speaking of new beginnings, I start within a couple days. And it's very nerve-wracking for me because I'm entering this new chapter of life that feels so uncertain, yet so exciting. And that is how we have to go through life. When we are approached with challenges, what truly matters is how we react, how we embrace it. Since we're all about new beginnings over here at Everything Grows, I thought it would be nice to add a special edition to the podcast. Can you guess? My personal journal, yay! I've had this journal since I was 18 years old. So if you have been following me for quite some time, you may have seen this pop up on my Insta story or in my Insta feed, my Snapchat story. I was all about writing and getting my thoughts out because by the time I was 18, I was just dealing with a lot mentally. And little did I know that this would make for a very great journey. I was with my mom and TJ Maxx one day, and I remember watching a YouTube video about the importance of writing in a journal, how it could benefit your mental health. And I went on and got it, and I've been writing in it ever since. But I wanted to read an excerpt from this journal of mine. By the way, every week, expect me to read an excerpt from a certain part of this journal. There's so much that I've gone through and so much that I'd like to share with you guys. And I know you guys would definitely be able to relate to the ups and downs of entering adulthood. So anyway, let's read. So we're going to be reading from July 17th, 2022. Here we go. Things have been pretty quiet lately. social media has always affected my mental health, and it's time I start taking that seriously. I no longer want to work in social media. I want to get as far away from it as possible. Oh my gosh, yeah. But I'm going into tech. Big step. I know, but it's meant for me. This is the first thing I'm pursuing seriously since going to college. Wow. I know the tech industry is glamorized, but there's always a place for me. I have a podcast. It's called Everything Grows. I'm very proud of it. I've been doing it consistently for the past 2 months. It's changed my life for the better. I'm not quite sure where me and content creation lie. It's been the center of my world for 10 years. I just want to enjoy it. Wow. First of all, reading that and just reading it out loud and just seeing the direction my life is heading in right now, it makes me emotional. I tell myself I'm not going to cry. Okay. I'm not going to cry. These past 3 years have been the hardest years of my life. I haven't lived a lot of hard years, but mentally it feels like it. And the reason why I read that is just because the past 3 years, I thought I wanted to do something and it didn't work out. I was scared because I wasn't passionate about it. I talk a lot about passion because it is such an important part of life. And for me, I always felt that if I wasn't passionate about something, then that means I would be empty inside. And for a long time, I just felt empty because if electronic media didn't work out, what other place would I be able to go to? Was there a place for me after all? There was. I wrote that down. I said, yes, I'm entering the tech industry. Big step, but there's always a place for me. And for anyone listening, if you feel as though you're in a season of waiting, I want you to know there is a place for you. No matter how long it takes to get there, there's always a place for you. No matter what. Like there has been a place for you since the moment you were born. You have a home in so many people's hearts. And I know that looking at the way your life is going, you may have lost people in your life, loved ones. You may have given up, have quit so many times, or you just don't feel like the direction you're going in will benefit you. I'm here to let you know that all those things that come into your brain and tell you that you're not good enough, you are good enough. And just because you've received rejection after rejection after rejection does not define you as a person or your worth. Do you know how long it took me to believe that I am worth something in this world, that God has created me to do miraculous things? He's created you to do miraculous things. I had to sit with myself to believe that. So a year ago, when I wrote that journal excerpt, I was writing down on paper that, yes, I've struggled. I've gone through it mentally. I have given up on other career paths, but I'm not giving up on this one. And look, I started a job in tech on Monday, and it feels like a dream come true. And I've grown so used to things just not happening. I want you to understand, you deserve to celebrate your accomplishments. They deserve to be recognized, because when we're in a season of waiting, we don't recognize the little victories that we accomplish. You have to celebrate them. And I wasn't celebrating them for a while. I just thought, hey, well, I got an interview. Yeah, that's nothing. No, that is something, because you're still putting yourself out there. And you should be so proud of that. And I'm proud of you for waking up every day and still trying, no matter how hard life has been. This has been such a wonderful journey. I know that I'm going to discover so much more about myself through this new era of life, this new era of content creation, of podcasting, of getting to connect with people again. That is so important to me. I hope that you're able to start writing your thoughts out on paper, because you learn a lot about yourself. If you've been listening to Everything Grows, season 1. Then you may have heard me mention this little picture of like a little girl with pigtails who's mad that her dad was taking a picture of her at a school carnival event. This is the one, like right here. How do I look? I think I look pretty cute. I thought those pigtails were everything. My mama really knew how to do my hair, and she would put these rollers in my hair. Sometimes they were sponge, sometimes they were hard rollers, but she had me set. Like, my hair was laid, y'all. Like, if you're watching on Spotify right now, look at this. Girl, talk about a relaxer. Speaking of relaxers, how is everything going? Like, are people okay? Like, is everyone healthy? I don't really know many people that use relaxers anymore, but anyway, hope everyone's healthy. Because dang, the number we were doing on our hair back then, like, my gosh. I'm so happy to be a natural girly. Yeah, and that's gonna be a conversation for another day. I can't wait to go a little bit more in depth about my hair and my struggle with that, and how I seriously cannot stand my hair sometimes too. Yeah, we're getting there as a society, as a people. Girl, I was on the verge of choking up. Oh my gosh. I told myself I would never cry on the internet. No, and look, I don't know. Like, if it comes down to it, if it's able to help spread the message, then that's a different story. By the way, you guys, like, do we have to judge people who cry on the internet? I used to be one of those people that would be like, why would you ever show yourself crying on the internet? But that's how you're able to showcase your life, right? You're able to show everything you've gone through, and being vulnerable is such an important part of connecting with other people. And hey, that's social media, right? You're connecting with different types of people. But I want to talk for a little bit just about new beginnings, also in relation to social media, because social media is changing as we know it. But my relationship with social media was not always the healthiest, and I did mention that in my journal. Me and social media have like this love-hate relationship, because there are times where I just love it so much. I'm just like, I love it here. I love connecting with people. Everyone is so pretty to look at. But at the end of the day, there's this thing called comparison, and it kind of seeps into your brain, and you start to believe that you're not cute enough, that, you know, you're not trendy enough, or that you need to like lose weight or like get clearer skin. There's just all these things that just come into your mind, and it causes you to just think less of yourself. And it's crazy how an image on a tiny little screen can cause you to second guess who you are. So I took a break from social media right after season 1. And it was like a 4-month period of just trying to get right with God, trying to get closer to God, trying to work on myself, working on getting all of these certifications, going to a new field. I was just really working on myself. And through those 4 months, I was like, man, what is life without social media? I wasn't on any social media really. FOMO, fear of missing out. It causes you to think that like you're always going to be left out of all the important things, when really you're just not looking at people posting their lives. Like, that's really all you're missing out on. But by April, the month of April, I was just like, wow, like, okay, I told myself I was going to come back around my 25th birthday, and I'm going to use social media a lot differently. And I'm so glad that I decided to create this plan, because I am using social media a lot differently. That's what benefited me a lot as far as my self-esteem. Everybody probably viewing social media the same way anyway. Everyone that seems like they're living life right now, they're probably trying to figure out all the content they're going to have to create and publish within like the next 3 days. Everything is always going to be curated. I had to grow up a bit these past 6 months and just realize, like, girl, like, stop with the comparisons. Also, another thing that I'm starting to realize, we have to stop judging people so much. Let's critique in a way that we know could improve people's lives. I don't want to judge people and be like, oh my gosh, her skirt is so ugly, or oh my gosh, she can't fit into this or that. Like, no, I'm not trying to look at a picture online and say she's not cute because she can't fit into those jeans. Like, what are you talking about? People don't live their lives for their audience. They live their lives to entertain people and make them laugh, or to give them some sort of music to listen to or to show off their talents, their acting, anything. Like, that's what entertainment is. I don't really know how I got on this topic, as always, but within this stage of new beginnings and being that I am creating content on the internet, it's just important for me to understand that I don't have to partake in certain conversations that are just super toxic and very hurtful to other people online. Social media can be used for all the right reasons, and my relationship to social media is a lot healthier now because I'm setting those boundaries and I'm actually starting to create and not really try to follow all of these aesthetics that I know I won't realistically be able to meet. So I'm starting to be more authentic, be myself, and just be and just know that being your most authentic self online and just in real life, you will always win being you, no matter what. And that's what I'm living my life by. So I know you guys are waiting on an answer about, if Faith's in a relationship or not. And guys, I am not in a relationship right now. No, I'm not in a relationship. But that's okay. Everything happens in God's timing. That's how I see it. That's how I live my life. In due time, things will happen. I don't view relationships from such a toxic place as I used to. My perception of love was tainted because of what I'd seen in real life. I don't want to look at things from such a judgmental place because you really do miss out on the opportunity to connect and see how this situation can benefit you. So when it comes to relationships in this new era of living, I'm all in God's timing, like I said, okay? Look, some of y'all gonna be sliding in my DMs. No. I mean, it's okay. Like, we can have a conversation. It's just Faith will be ready when she's ready, of course. And you know, the other thing too, as far as like friendships go, I'm just now starting to get like really back into connecting with people again. For anyone like over the past, I don't know, like 3 years, 3 years, who had just been wondering, like, Faith just seems different. Like, she seems a little closed off. Yeah, that was for a reason. I just was having a really hard time. But hey, if you want to hang out, you can DM me. I'm just kind of growing into having this forgiving heart. I think that just comes really more so with this relationship that I've been building with God. I had to take time away to really focus on my relationship with God. And, look, I'm not perfect. There's a lot that I still go through, that I still struggle with, but God has met me where I am, and he'll meet you where you are. And that's one thing that I had to realize, that there's really nothing that I have to worry about. He's sent me some really great friends, and I'm just really grateful for this path that he has me on. I've been praying to become a better friend. I hate to think that I could have hurt somebody in the past. All I can do is move forward and continue showing love to people and praying for them. I think that's like the greatest form of love you can do for somebody, even if you guys aren't really connecting anymore, is to like continue praying that they do well in life, wish them well, and move on. I used to be that type of person. If a friendship ended, then that meant we probably wouldn't like each other as much. But I have so much love for everybody, and that's like the most important thing to me in this world. So as I'm closing out this episode of Everything Grows with you, I want you to always just know that there is always a place for you. Like I said, you don't have to feel bad about your past. I cringe about a lot of things that I did before in the past. Let me get a little closer. You get this opportunity to wake up every day and start over. So as you go through your life, don't ever think that your past has to define you or that you're going to be stuck like this for the rest of your life. There are many things that we're going to go through in life that we'll never understand. And if we do end up understanding it, hopefully we're able to encourage others to continue going and to continue fighting. If you're in a season of life right now where you feel like you don't have enough fight in you, I'm here to let you know, yes, you do. That waiting period is hard, but my gosh, is it worth it? Every little thing that you see happening each day that you're waiting is for a reason. That person that said hi to you in the parking lot, or that interview you went on that you didn't get. There is so many things that work themselves out, and God just has this way of working in the background through it all. No matter how weird it may seem, he has this way of just working in the background. So that's what I'll leave you with today. So I'm signing off on season 2, episode 1 of Everything Grows. Make sure to follow Everything Grows Podcast on Instagram at Everything Grows Podcast. We're going to be changing up things here. A lot more video content coming soon. You can message me anytime if you just want to talk more about topics within certain episodes. But yeah, I hope you guys have loved this as much as I have. We're like friends now, you know. But thank you guys so much for watching. Always remember that everything grows in its own time. So take your time with life and everything will be just fine. Bye everyone.